This is the story of Billy Xiong, a survivor young man from the Vietnam War. He came from Laos, a country of war where millions of bombs were remain on land. Him and his family escaped to Thailand and then to the United States of America, country of opportunity with a big dream. Billy Xiong was born in Laos from a minority group called Hmong. He was born in Laos during the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War in Laos was a secret war, and nowadays majority of people around the world still don't accept that it was a war in Laos. Billy lived during the war and saw every spark of fire, every sound of weapons from AK-47 to cannon M102, M106 howitzer, and from B-52 dropped from the sky to T-28 Trojan Thunder, and from fighter jet Skyhawk to Bell UH-1D, and from Russian military attack helicopter Mi-24 to Ka-28 Helix. Billy witnessed many mountains were on fire and land exploded into dust. During the war, Billy, his family, his sibling, cousins and the whole village were moving from place to place and from jungle to jungle. In May of 1975, after Saigon fell and the North Vietnamese soldiers took over South Vietnam, and Laos was invaded by North Vietnamese soldiers, the United States pulled out from the Vietnam War. Hundreds and thousands of people died during and after the war by tried to escape from Laos to neighbor country, Thailand. Billy remember one morning his family tried to walk 5 hours from his village to Long Tieng to catch a plane and fled to Thailand. Long Tieng was the only airport that big airplane could land and took off. After walking 4 hours to Long Tieng, there were people returned from Long Tieng. Billy's father asked those people why they were returned. Those people replied, "The last flight was 3 hours ago. Hundreds and thousands people could not get into the airplane, so they had no choice but return to their villages." There were no more flight from Long Tieng Airport to Udon, Thailand. Billy, his family and his village decided to return to their village. After Billy and his family returned to his village, his father and all other elders did not feel safe to remain in their village because most of the men were soldiers on the United States side. Billy, his family and the whole village had to flee to the jungle overnight to avoid being captured. Many other surrounding villages did not think quick enough and they remained in their villages. Most of the men were captured and were sent to a re-education camp. After they were sent to the camp, they never came back. After Billy, his family, and his villagers escaped to the jungle, they had to constantly moving from place to place in the jungle to avoid being captured. While they were hidden in the jungle, many kids and elderly died due to starvation. While hidden in the jungle, North Vietnamese soldiers were still came after them. In 1979, Billy and his family finally reached the Mekong River. The Mekong River was the river border between Laos and Thailand. Billy and his family escaped across the Mekong River at midnight by bamboo boat. Many people were shot and killed by North Vietnamese soldiers. Billy's older brother and many of his cousins were killed when they were crossing the Mekong River. Finally, in January 1979, Billy and his family were allowed admitted into the refugee camp. That refugee camp was called Ban Vinai Camp. Billy and his family remained in the refugee camp until 1987. After 8 years in a refugee camp, a dream came true. Billy, his mother and one of his younger brother were allowed to refuge to the United States of America. They came to the United States in July 1987. Billy, his younger brother and his mother were settled in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Billy went to high school and started in 9th grade. After graduated from high school, he went on to college. Billy graduated college with a Bachelor of Science degree in May of 1995. After graduated from college, Billy went on to Minneapolis Community College's Center for Criminal Justice and Law Enforcement for the Professional Peace Officer programs. Billy completed the law enforcement program and graduated in June of 1996. After graduated from the program, Billy started working as a law enforcement officer in July 1996. Billy has been with the law enforcement department for over 25 years. As young age, Billy always interested and wanted to accomplish two things in life. First, he wanted to become a law enforcement officer. Second, Billy wanted to become an actor. Billy took theater classes and acting classes when he was in college. He realized that becoming an actor in America is going to be very difficult. Billy tried to create his own production and work on his own. After working for several years, Billy had saved enough money and gained enough skill to start his movie production. Billy purchased his own cameras, computer editing, and all equipment that will help him to get into filming industry. Billy learned how to editing video for family and friends for fun. In the year 2000, Billy put his skills and effort to write a feature film. He wrote, produced, directed, and acted in his first film. That feature film was called Two Loves in One Dream. That was his first debut drama feature film. Billy took vacation from work and went to Thailand for 3 weeks to shoot his film. After filming, Billy took back to the United States and edited. For 3 months of editing, Billy completed and exported into VHS to sell. Billy did not expect to recoup any profit but just to test the film industry. After Billy put his first feature film to the market for several months, he recouped some of his investment. Billy wrote another feature film in 2001. This feature film was an action film. The title of the film was called Revenge for Lost Love. Billy went back to Thailand to shoot his second feature film. He traveled to Thailand 3 times to shoot that film. Billy was able to hire some of Thai professional action movie stars to star in his film.
ตรงเวลาดีนี่ขอดูเงินก่อนสิเงินมาสิแล้วสิจากรายงานผมอยากจะรู้ว่าเมื่อเดือนที่แล้วคุณจับวาระแก๊งนี้ได้กี่คนก็จับได้ทั้งหมดนะครับไม่มันหนีไปได้คนหนึ่งตามที่ผมทราบน่ะไม่มีใครหนีรอดได้เลยสักคนครับมีสิไอ้เกียร์จามัวไปเหรอลูกชายอยู่ที่ไหนบอกมาสิลูกชายอยู่ที่ไหนเอาไปแล้วมันต้องอยู่ที่ไหนกันฆ่าฉันสิถึงตายฉันก็ไม่บอกแกจะฆ่าฉันก็ฆ่าเลยฉันไม่บอกแกหรอกฉันไม่บอกมรณะตายหรอกคนแน่สิที่ไม่มาอย่าคิดนะที่จะฆ่ากูได้
During film, there was an accident on the boat that was almost killed Billy. They were shooting as the boat was moving and fighting at the same time. Billy got punched by another actor, then he fell and hit on the edge of the boat. He was taken to the emergency room and had 10 stitches above his right eye. After the accident, the filming was put on hold for 2 weeks. Due to the delay of the accident, he had to return to the United States. 3 months later, Billy was able to go back to Thailand and finally completed the filming. It took Billy 5 months to finish editing. Billy finally released his action feature film in 2002. The releasing of the film was not in theater but only on DVD and VHS. He could not release in theater due to low budget and the quality could not yet be put in the big screen. However, Billy was able to recoup majority of this investment. In 2003, Billy wrote another family drama film. Billy traveled back to Thailand to shoot the film.
Cô thôi giặt gì cô bông tên tiền đâu yêu nhau chỉ tao thấy ok là vì cô chỉ muốn tên chân tình nhau sẽ tên tay nó là
chỉ có cái gì và chỉ là món cho em cứ muốn là nó sẽ làm
sao cô quý chủ tài quý là cái nó tầm này cô quý
But the film was not completed due to the situation in Thailand. He only completed half of his third feature film. Billy put his third film on hold and he was not able to continue. In 2008, Billy wrote another film. This was an action martial art film. The title of the film was called Opposite Blood. Billy decided to film in the United States. In mid-2009, Billy posted for casting and many actors from the local area were submitting their profile for audition. Billy and his team did numerous auditions and cast selection were completed. The filming started in November of 2009. Due to schedule conflict between cast members, their availability, locations, and financial, it took Billy 3 years to complete the film. After the film was completed, Billy was able to submit to a film festival in Minnesota. The film was shown at the film festival in October 2012. After the film festival, Billy was able to put in the big screen for premiere. With the support of the Hmong community and many leaders from the Twin Cities community, the film was shown in Carmike Theater in St. Paul, Minnesota. It was considered one of the very first Hmong film that ever been converted into DCP version to show in the big screen.
nói ra tất đại một vị thì mong như tụ chỉ tụ qua để cho phải cho là mũi nhớ cho ilu mainstream theater nhớ cho họ và thế thì cả non giờ lên nó và chọn phong như cho đời là lấy của tôi xây trong của tôi sang cả lương nặng nó trong thế của cho biết là muốn chi choนักแสดงthế cho mình cho lấy thải thì lớn tụ khác này là họ excited bộ để trả thế hay sao họ event nó nhớ trong họ nó nè tận thế này việc của cho biết là muốn xây
sa để lưng movie nó giải ra nữ dòng hướng tới chủ mong sẽ đây ta thấy dòng từ là ta thấy dòng chỉ phải dòng bé mua dòng nó này nếu chỗ này chỉ cần trả sẽ đây bố chắc chắn là sẽ không chịu thì bé có thể thả thì vì thì còn nếu sẽ là tôi thấy là dòng nó nó cũng dòng xe giá phải dòng xe chấp lời tiền bé tôi cũng có chế
我说先跟个我哋係可能係一直冇說有一直啥嘅，弄個有什麼嘅，本來我哋係老早啦。
Very excited to see the movie. I haven't seen it yet, so I hope I do well, and I'm very happy to be here.
Dmitri is a Russian assassin, and well, we'll just leave it at that. If you want to know more, you gotta go to the movie. This is my first real exposure to being in a Hmong film.
我现在可能也以后根据上那边蒙呀，这个第一 movie 呢，第一movie 蒙，所以这是每一 movie 我理解能也都好啲。这是在我的他让我被一蒙 movie 呢，我做晒被一路 mainstream theater 呀，我จอ我晒就好一路 theater 里头呢，弄那也弄个 premiere 这 movie 呢 premiere 就好 theater 呢。
movie 呢仲係啲門道人，呢個叫過咪又可能冇門道係你要見啊，門道係你要見喺道學路要見喺是小比較啊，龍亂見到路 Russian 了，從路 Russian 就冇咯，呢用用意喺呐，係你去正常呐，有一個叫用喺。
lên nào đó thì trong cái lời lên nào đó cứ do bên mong ý ra nào bên mong cứ mình cả thế này cứ sẽ tạo và yên trong sẽ cứ xa cái này cho mong số từ to 300 cái bây giờ để nó mong cái movie start thế na.
我把的很多有一个主我被蒙我到上更高了，好我给新到我留领到了，因为电视的这得到这种晒个。
However, due to budget and financial for advertisement and promotion, Billy put the film on hold. While the film was put on hold, Billy re-editing the film several times. In 2013, Billy moved to Hollywood, California and bring his film to introduce to the mainstream market. For a period of 4.5 years, no production from Hollywood seems to interested on Billy's film. He was exhausted and almost gave up in the filming industry. In June of 2018, there was a distribution company from Hollywood contacted Billy. They were interested to distribute Billy's film. Billy met with the distribution company and a contract agreement was signed and his film was being distributed worldwide. By being distributed from a Hollywood company, Billy's film was be promoted in many major film festivals. It was being promoted at Toronto, Canada, MIPCOM France, AFM Santa Monica, NATPE Miami, EFM Berlin, Hong Kong Film Art, and Cannes of France. Billy's film Opposite Blood was changed to Opposite of Blood by the distributor. You can see Billy's film in cinematic non-theatrical, at Amazon, Fandango Now, in Hotels Video, Pay TV, Free TV, PPV, Interactive Internet, Roku, Zumo, OTT non-exclusive, SVOD, and digital. Billy's film was sold to many territory film industries such Taiwan, Middle East, Ukraine, South Korea, United States, Indian subcontinent, Indonesia and many other parts of the world. Billy planned to produce another action film and hoped to get enough funding to produce it. He hoped to get some international action stars to star in his next action film. Half of the story will base on the true story and half will be fiction which Billy wanted to create action scenes. The action scenes will include gunfights, explosive, airplanes, helicopters, prison break, and assassination from top military leaders and people who plan to overturn their current government. Now Billy decide to become an action director. Billy is trying to pitch funding from many source of investors from the mainstream and the Southeast Asian investors. Hope Billy can get a funding to produce his next big action film. If anyone interested, please contact Billy team for more information. Good luck Billy and hope to see your next film in the big screen in the United States and around the world.
Prepare each team from each region. Weapons and food will ship within 2 business days.
one of your specialists.
What kind of specialist?
A female specialist.